Vince, what do you get some guys that are going to get their first taste of playoff hockey? What do you tell them going into this?
Well, I think the day of the game is a lot of wasted energy if you don't watch yourself. So we've told our guys to save every piece of energy they can. They're going to need it tonight, and I think you can really overcook it if there's too much hype before the competition. The competition itself will take care of the hype, and it's just such a fun time to be involved. I mean, the pressure to win is great. There's no real stress like there was during the regular season, but the pressure to compete and play is what everybody yearns for, and we've all got it now. And I think regardless of what happens, it's a fun time for everybody in the organization, both teams. You know, it's just, you play for the right reasons at this time of year, and like I said, it's an area where you just don't want to waste any energy on the off days or in the mornings that pour it all in at night.
What came into your decision making in terms of what lineup you're going to go with?
You know, I've always believed that the first kick at the can in playoffs is for veteran players, and you give them a go, and then you know, Tarasenko, Yaskin will probably get some time during the playoffs, but you want to give the veterans a chance to prove, unless they've really underperformed, to prove that they want to take the ball and run with it, and that's what we're going to do. And then if somebody underperforms, then we won't hesitate to replace and move from there.
So Oshie's in for Tarasenko? Okay.
Yeah.
How much of it is Tarasenko being young, and how much of it is his performance the last stretch?
Well, I think in reality, this has been a very difficult season for him, not from a competition side of things, but from an intensity, games played, no practice, no rest. I think he's found this season at times overwhelming, just based on the proximity of games, 48 games in 100 days. He's found this to be challenging, to say the least. He's played his best hockey when he's been rested, so we expect him to come into the series and be a rested player. But he's a really good hockey player that's had his eyes opened about, you know, this has been a strange season, so I think if this was an 82-game season, that he would probably be energy-wise a little bit different, but this has been a very difficult season for him because he's never been through anything like this in his life.
Can you talk about the importance of what a fourth line can do in a playoff series where teams end up knowing each other so well?
Well, you're all talking about our fourth line being our fourth line, but they're more than our fourth line. They score. Fourth line is an energy line. Those days are gone. Those are dinosaur lines. They don't work anymore in the league. The hockey's too good. Your fourth line needs to contribute, and boy, ours has come through in spades. They've scored. They've pressured on the forecheck. They've been able to play against, other than the other team's top line, they've been able to play against top six forwards. So they're a lot more than a fourth line. You've got effectively two scoring players that play there, two players that really light it up in the American Hockey League, but they've learned to play a different game up here. But when you give guys like Cracknell and Porter a chance, they score, and I think Revo's even caught on to that. He's got more puck patience than he's ever had, so it's the bang around, run around lines they're not effective anymore. Everybody plays right through those lines, but this is a very, very good line that can play against top players, which makes us a lot more effective.
Part of the reason the Blues made the deal for Bouwmeester was for this situation in the playoffs, obviously moving into next year as well. But how much responsibility will fall on he and Petrangelo's shoulders?
I don't look at it that we brought him in for the playoffs. I look at it, we needed to make our team better in that position. So both him and Leopold made us a much better hockey club back there. So I look at it from the standpoint is we needed to get better. And we look at both guys, you know, hopefully as long-term guys, because they make our team better. And I think the biggest thing is that we don't spend as much time in our own zone as we used to. We don't get bogged down either from a one-on-one play based on size or from a puck-moving ability. But I think when you get bogged down in your own zone at this time of year, you have trouble creating anything. And one of the reasons that we went on the big run here in April was that we spent very little time in our own zone, and that really helped us.
Hitch, why do you feel that maybe this year can be better than last year?
Well, we're getting closer. We had a lead after 2 periods and lost 6-4, so we got a little closer. And then we took it right to 2 minutes and 41 seconds and fumbled the ball, so we're a little closer then. So I feel, Nick, that we're closer, but we're not there yet. We're not. We have to prove to ourselves and to Los Angeles that we're an equal opponent. And until we win hockey games, until we push them out of some of the competition, then kudos to them. They deserve what they got. They're a little bit better than us across the board. They went a little bit deeper, and now it's our chance. I think the one thing we have going for us is I don't think they really know our team, because I don't think they haven't played against this team. This is a different team than played even here in the 3-2 game, or 4-2 game, sorry. And it's a much different team than played in the 6-4 game. So I think what we're hoping on is that the way we played at the end of the year, the last 6 weeks, is what our team is. And we're good enough to play against them. But as I said to people yesterday, they are the only team with the knowledge of what it takes to win. They know how deep they have to go. They know how deep they have to dig. Nobody has that knowledge. We're all trying to get it, but they got it. And we're going to have to find that if we expect to win, because they're not going to give us anything easy. We know that. And I think it's going to give us a great evaluation once we play a hockey game on exactly what we've got and what we need to do. And we need to play a game to figure out what we need to get better at and what we're doing really well. But we think we've made enough changes in the game plan to prepare for this. We've been preparing for this opposition because we felt for the last 10 days it was either them or San Jose, both similar teams. So we've been preparing for this for 10 days.